Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Can you believe May is almost over? Time is flying by so quickly. To make the most out of our time and to be productive, I'm back with another bullet journal setup, and this time for the month of June. Since it's getting warmer and summer is just around the corner, I wanted to create a cover for June that makes you look forward to summer. That's why I decided to paint a bunch of fruits using watercolors. If you guys have any suggestions for future designs, cover pages that you would like to see, leave a comment below and I might end up creating your idea. At first I thought I would just create a page filled with fruits, and then I felt like it might be too much. This is why I decided to create a stream of fruits starting from the upper right corner to the bottom left side of the page. And to round up the page, I also added a branch of a lemon tree at the upper left corner. I wanted to keep the illustration simple and cute, that's why I focused on painting the basic shapes and using the right shade of color for each fruit. And when I planned out the page and sketched out the fruits, I also tried to add fruits that have different colors next to each other. So I don't have only yellow fruits next to each other and then only red fruits. I have lemon, a kiwi, watermelon, and so on, following each other so the fruits have all different colors. And to fill in the gaps, I added different types of leaves. If you would like to create a similar page, you can look up flat lays of fruits and get inspiration how photographers placed the fruits and what else they did to make the image look pretty. To create the fruits, I started with the first layer of paint without adding any details. Only after everything was dry, I went over everything and added seeds to the kiwi, the watermelon and the apple. But later I will add a little bit more details with a white pen. For now, let's move on to the hand lettering. This time I decided to write Hello June. Since a lot of you guys have been asking me about a tutorial on hand lettering and I still feel like I have to learn a lot first, I will give you a quick tip here how you can do that very easily. At first, write down the word that you want to transform into the hand lettering style using a simple pen. Next, you want to go over the text again and add a second line right next to the line of each letter where you moved your pen downwards. So basically, all you need to do is follow the line and then add another line right next to it, leaving some space in between. For hand lettering, the general rule is when you move your pen downwards, the line should be thick. When you move your pen upwards, the line should be thin. So this is what we are going to recreate by just using a simple pen. Once you added these lines, you can fill in the gaps with the pen you just used. And now it looks more fancy. For the word June, I decided to keep it simple for now, so there is contrast between the curvy lettering and the more straight font. And right below the text, I also decided to add a cute calendar. I used my thin Faber-Castell pen to write everything down and then just highlighted the letters of each day using a thicker pen. And now it's time to get over everything we just painted and add more details if necessary. Whenever I start painting after taking a little bit of break from that, even if what I paint are doodles or simple paintings, I realize how I always forget how relaxing it is to paint. Do you guys ever feel the same about it? Sometimes you wish you had more time to paint because you feel so stressed at the moment, but in reality all you need to do is make some time and paint or doodle so you can de-stress yourself. I also tried to make the June font a little more fancy after all by making some lines thicker and then adding a wide line to the thick line. I just felt like it looked too plain after all and it needed a little bit more of something. Now let's move on to the weekly spread. For the month of June, I wanted to change things up a little, but not too much. Instead of having the days written down from top to bottom, I decided to write them now from left to the right side because I felt like I didn't have much space to write everything down when it was from top to bottom, and it looked a bit messy in the end as well, so that's why I decided to do it this way. What stays is that I will still have the goals section on top, following by the to-dos below. My bullet journal spreads for each month are still rather simple because I don't create too many different spreads. For example, for YouTube planning, I'm using another notebook because it just works best for me. And for monthly things, I use my Google Calendar. but I might add something else in the future if I ever notice that something is missing. If you guys are interested, I could do a flip through video next month before I start showing you guys my spread for July, so you can see what worked for me and what not, and how the spreads developed over time. So let me know. I also have a section for the goals of the week again, because I felt like I had no idea where to write down the main things I want to accomplish each week. And another new section is the next week box. In case I will need to remember something for next week that I can't write down just yet because I haven't prepared my spread yet, I can just write it down here so I won't forget. And I still have my habit tracker for each week that works best for me, with making bed, getting ready, and so on, and also now drinking water. The goal is to drink at least 1.5 liters each day, so this will remind me to get my water before I go to bed. And in case I have some random things I shouldn't forget about, I added a box for extra notes. And since there was color missing, I went over the headlines of each box and colored them in using watercolors again. If you use a flat brush just like I use it here, you can create a really cute highlighted text. You just need to load up your brush with paint and water and then move it over the text. It's kind of like a highlighter with a watercolor effect. And since it will take too long to paint millions of fruits again on each spread, I just added a few fruits where I had some space left. Also, since June starts on Thursday, I didn't want to waste space by having empty areas until then. That's why the spread starts at the end of May till June the 4th, even though I haven't included Sunday here. If you're still interested in more ideas for bullet journal setups, be sure to give the video a big thumbs up so I know. And if you have any other suggestions for this series or something else I could turn into a series, let me know in the comments down below as well. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you on Saturday. Bye!